One is a vote department, one is a note department. Okay, and they identified the programs like the PDS and so on, the midday meals, as vote department.
In the earlier segment, when we were talking about fixing accountability, I mean, one of the more positive examples that I've seen in smaller tribal communities, what they usually do is, especially in hard to reach areas.
Where? Which state are you talking
This is
about?
I'm talking about Jharkhand. So, there are these specifically talking about this particular place in the forest of Saranda, where I saw that there is a village education council. I mean, it's there everywhere. It's supposed to be there everywhere.
Yes.
But there they have a more, they have a closer look into what is going into their children's food under the right to food. I mean, under the midday meal scheme.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that is a closer look.
Yeah.
That is one thing. And on the other hand, I think the other suggestion that you made is about fixing accountability on the administrative officers. But in India's entire bureaucratic culture,
Yeah, it doesn't
you have
exist.
it's like a slap on the wrist.
Yeah.
You get an ACR, an annual confidential remark.
You definitely need community more engagement by the community within the system, and in places like actually in tribal areas, also in hilly areas where the communities are more closely lit and not fractured across various sort of caste and other lines. There you find that they're able to collectivize and put some pressure on various delivery systems, and therefore there is a kind of building in of a monitoring role that they play either through the VEC or some panchayat structures or Mahila mandals or whatever. I mean, Himachal is a classic case of how that has happened. So you do need that. I agree, it's not enough to just have accountability systems put from the top, but you need this bottom up pressure as well. But I also want to say that the thing is the slap on the wrist and the ACR, I completely agree, hasn't worked, but we have to find something that will.
In programs as decentralized as the midday meal,
is it decentralized enough?
no, I'm saying it's dispersed. I mean, it is dispersed into tens and thousands of schools across. I mean, if 10 million children in Bihar are getting a school meal in a day, the state secretary cannot be monitoring it directly. So I think that we need to recognize that we have to have much more democratic systems of. So firstly of delivery. So that's why we are saying self-help groups of women, real self-help groups of women from the same community, the mothers of children as far as possible, being accountable to effective local communities, etc. I think that is one part.
So how does this activate? Like, say for instance, Kiran was saying that Himachal is a good example, but that's a state where women have been much more empowered historically and where politically education has been an issue, or Tamil Nadu. How does one use this example? How does one use this in a state like, say, Jharkhand or Haryana, where the track record of education is poor and women are not empowered?
I don't think it would be that difficult. I mean, I really looked at, even in a city like, say, Delhi, because I work with the homeless. My dream is actually that we actually look at the food supply system as a livelihood program for impoverished women, for single women, for and so on, and really have a highly professional.
You wanted that to be included in the food security bill. It hasn't happened.
It hasn't happened. You see, because there's a lot of vested interest in the kind of money that is going into this. I'm saying that it's seen by many people as an opportunity for making a lot of money. And in the name of centralization, what they're really talking about, I mean, the biscuit manufacturers actually had gone through in an earlier minister in the present regime only. She really tried really hard for a change to biscuits with biscuit manufacturing. Imagine getting biscuits every day instead of hot cooked meals. Decentralized supply is where we start. Decentralized primary responsibility for decentralized monitoring and social audits, children's audits, etc.
If we have to turn around the midday meal scheme in the state of Bihar, where would you recommend the state government starts and how? What would be like the first 3 steps in order of priority?
See, I would say that it has to be a center-state joint conversation.
Okay, but what should the first thing be now, like as of today?
I would say provisioning.
Provisioning.
I mean, I'm saying have proper budgets for the amount of food are required, ensure enough teachers, ensure enough infrastructure.
In many schools, and particularly in Bihar, where the density is so high that you have 700, 800 kids in a school, they're making rotis for that many number of children, because you have to give a diversified meal, and they're washing and cooking, etc. It's a lot of money. So that's, you have to take those things into account. So naturally they're constrained, and they slack. One wouldn't even blame them. So teachers in any case have been taken off the responsibility of the actual doing. That's where community can also come in. Why don't they think of creative ways? And there can be hundreds, and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out ways of involving mothers.
Because if you're talking about devolution of power from the center to the panchayats,
why don't you start
exactly,
this easily?
they should take this responsibility.
And all parents will be interested. They won't be so hard, empowered or not. This is children. This is just simple food and meals. It's not difficult to get women engaged in this, but you have to seek them out. You have to reach out to them, because those barriers exist. They are uncertain about their presence in the school, because there have been so many barriers, where they've not been welcome because they're seen in whatever way they are. So you have to reach out to them and provide those avenues through which they can come in. And if they were given that space, I don't think that there would be a problem in engaging them in something like the midday meal.
That is one angularity of the issue. The other one is the one which you were referring to. I think the Supreme Court passed in, the Commission also submitted a report last year in November to the Supreme Court on this very issue of
we've been repeatedly talking about the nexus. In fact, this very day, tomorrow, Gujarat,
the nexus between the providers of food, the contractors, and the state which is supposed
Maharashtra, Gujarat
disburse the food.
But the Gujarat government, Maharashtra government are, and that's why it's bipartisan, are defending contractors, still saying that this food should be supplied through contractors.
If you could, but there are lots of other side effects of benefits of this decentralized, like involving the parents, like getting local produce, local vegetables, local grain, which could be made part of the meal. That gives a
massive livelihood program.
If
120 million children are getting school meals, think of it as a livelihood program for poor women.
For that local community.
Supreme Court said self-help groups. You know how they've got past it? By one simple provision, which is that the central government issued a circular. This is with regard to the ICDS. It's not with regard to the midday meals, but it's similar. Issued a circular, the Women and Child Department, which actually says, do it by self-help groups, but ensure that there's 0.53 milligrams of manganese and something else, and so many this thing, etc. See, they made it so no self-help group can ensure that micronutrient and they aren't required to. Imagine if you were given pills instead of food. Basically a culturally appropriate, diverse meal is your best guarantee that you will get all of these.
Rajasthan is the same case, despite the Supreme Court orders, where actually the orders very clearly say that in the rural areas you can't have these centralized kitchens and these kind of things like Akshay Patra and whoever else. But Rajasthan across the board is continuing to serve food which is prepared in centralized kitchens, and Rajasthan is a huge state, so this food is prepared many hours in advance, packaged in some plastic packaging. By the time it reaches the school, it's unpalatable. It's spoiled, it stinks, kids don't want to eat it, so they're throwing. So it's a complete waste. All it's doing is that the government is paying Akshay Patra lots of money to supply the food.
So decentralizing, getting local food, getting the communities involved.
Exactly. And
all of this won't happen without one crucial ingredient, which is political will.
Right. At the state level is enough.
And provisioning. I'm saying that you have to have
some
resources.
Budgets. You have to have some resources and budgets.
When we are talking about budgets, I think there is an important point. I think